My sister-in-law stole a book I had been writing since middle school and published it as her own, so I threatened to sue her unless she gave me back what is rightfully mine, but everyone in my family is telling me to drop it because she has a baby to feed and blames me for being upset. Posted by you/stolen ideas. I, 24F, write as a hobby, and I like sharing my short stories with my small following. I do want to publish one day, but I want to make it perfect first since it's not edited yet. The unfinished book we're talking about came from an idea that I started to build when I was in middle school. I just finished it last year, but because of the virus, I was forced to put that project aside to ensure steady employment with my day job. My brother and sister-in-law came to visit me to introduce their baby daughter about 6 months ago. My sister-in-law just thrust her baby into my arms even though I lack even the barest knowledge of how to hold a baby. The baby was fussy, and my brother helped calm her down while my sister-in-law said she wanted to use the bathroom to pump breast milk. They left later, and I didn't think anything of it until recently when I was told my sister-in-law had published a book, and it had been a while since she published. Self-publishing is not as time-consuming as traditional publishing. I don't doubt my sister-in-law's intelligence because she is a smart woman, but I've always heard how she dislikes books because they're boring and drag on. I wanted to show my support and bought a copy, only to realize it's way too similar to mine. I compared it to my copy of unpublished work, and it's obvious it's been edited and proofread for fluidity and clarity. I was angry, and I admit I overreacted by confronting her over the phone. She said my screaming was upsetting her and hung up on me. It was a back-and-forth battle with phone numbers to get to the truth. By this time, my parents and her parents are involved. Then the truth boiled over, probably from stress and being caught, since I do have my copy and detailed notes of my progress in world building and in-depth characters for the second book. She said that my brother and she needed the money because they have a child, and the lockdown threatens their work. She said she will give me 75% of the continuous royalty to settle it. I said no and told her to give me the pseudonym she put the book under, and take the amount she paid for editing and proofreading the book, and the marketing ads. She said I'm taking away her daughter's college funds, she just lost her job, and her unemployment check hasn't come yet. My brother is the sole supporter. I threatened to sue, and everyone is furious with me. I believe I will proceed with the lawsuit. Sorry for the grammar, I'm writing with anger. /relevant comments. Commenter. I feel ill even reading this. As far as I'm concerned, this is a betrayal of epic proportions. Whether she makes $1 or $1 million, or even loses money, I could honestly never forgive her. Your sister-in-law is despicable, and there are absolutely no circumstances under which I'd be able to have a relationship with her. Your parents and brother may be desperate to re-establish family harmony, but that ship has sailed. Commenter 2. She deliberately came into your home, left you with her baby as a distraction, and then excused herself to steal from you. If this was a diamond ring that she took and sold, and then expected you to shrug it off, would you feel so much of a conflict? And the college excuse is utter BS. She has years to put together a fund for her kid. What she really doesn't want is to be outed as a thief and a plagiarist. And once one piece of work is found to be questionable, then people will start looking more closely at everything else she's done. Like, how much of her blog is real? There are so many mommy blogs out there that she could easily steal a little here and there from some of the smaller ones, and fluff and spin it for her own blog. She's obviously very comfortable and able to self-justify stealing someone else's work, so I doubt that she decided to suddenly start big by stealing Op's novel. Op adds an edit to her post. To those who think this is fake because of incoherency, grammar, and structure, that's why editors and proofreaders exist. They're hired to fix the manuscript before publishing. I didn't proofread this, and that's my fault. I like to write, but I'm not a professional writer. English is my second language. To those who think it's impossible to make lots of profit from a one-time self-published book with an unheard-of author, my sister-in-law has a decent following. When her followers buy the book, it climbs Amazon rankings, and that means it's more visible to other buyers interested in the same genre. I came here not for legal advice at first because I was struggling morally. I needed help, not to have people attack me in private messages and in the comments. To those who only commented that this is fake or how I can't be a writer who fails at basic writing skills, if you do not have anything useful to say, please kindly keep your irrelevancy to yourself. Op adds a second edit to her post. My sister-in-law was and still is a mommy blogger. She started a blog when she found out about her pregnancy, so it was a weekly update journey, and the blog has now turned into a full-on mommy blog. She has a decent following, and she makes money from the ads, but I don't think it's a full-time worker's salary. I gathered from the book's reviews on social media platforms that aren't selling the book, to avoid policy violation, that her followers got the book because they support my sister-in-law. I know it's bitter of me, but I can't help feeling offended that I worked hard on it only for it to be bought not out of interest, but out of support. That's how the book climbed the ranks, her followers bought them. Adds a third edit to her post. I've taken your suggestions and had one more talk with my sister-in-law without involving other family members. The deal was the same as before: give me the name she published under, and take whatever money she used to publish and advertise. She insists that I take the 75% royalty because her followers are expecting a sequel to the book. I told her that I will not allow her to make a profit off my work that I put so much effort into. This morning, about an hour ago, she told my parents and her parents about me not compromising for the sake of her family and her daughter. Now I'm the bad guy. My parents treat my sister-in-law like a daughter, so they told me to either accept her offer or they will essentially disown me, saying families don't sue each other and we're supposed to support each other. I'm somewhat surprised and somewhat not, because I never grew up to be someone they're satisfied with, and my sister-in-law has traits they dream of me having. I feel like a stranger in my own family. Adds a fourth edit to her post. I've thought it over, and I'm still thinking about it. I love my brother and my parents, but they are not supportive of me. They don't care about my feelings because I'm tearing the family apart. My sister-in-law is still very much upset and angry at me, but frankly, I've given her a fair compromise. If my family and my sister-in-law don't take my feelings into consideration, then I will not either. I will be taking time to myself and not speak to them until they apologize. I'm going to gather all the text messages, can't do anything about the phone calls, and I will see if I can borrow some money from my friends to get a lawyer. If not, then I'll think of something. I'm going to sue her. Not to get back at my sister-in-law and family, but because it's my property and for the disrespect she has shown. Thank you all for your support. I never expected so many things to change overnight, but they did. I'm angry, resentful, and bitter. I don't think I can convince my parents and brother that she is in the wrong because she did it for her daughter's future. I'll probably not have a niece anymore, so maybe that's why I still have inklings of doubt. Part of me wonders if intellectual property is worth losing my family. Anyhow, thank you, everyone. I appreciate every comment, whether you think I'm right or wrong, or if this is fake or real. It's good to have multiple perspectives. Update 3 weeks later. Thank you, everyone, for giving me advice on how to proceed with this mess. After speaking with my pre-law friend, I decided to go the legal route. I reiterated my compromise with my sister-in-law and my brother, but he has fully taken her side. My parents warned me that I'd be disowned and I'd be dead to them if I'm willing to stoop so low. I hired a lawyer and gave all the details on my side. My lawyer said she needs my unedited manuscript for the book and my sister-in-law's published book, along with the copy she sent to have it proofread and edited. Because the published book has different parts changed, my lawyer needs the unedited version, which my sister-in-law should still have in the transaction she did with her editor and proofreader. We took the risk to ask her for the unedited copy she sent to her editor and proofreader, despite the chance of her feigning, "I don't remember their names, I don't have their contacts anymore, I don't want to," etc. I told my sister-in-law that we would go through the route of using third-party notarization to ensure no foul play on either part, have one individual look at my unedited manuscript and the one she sent to her hired editor and proofreader. Once I told her that, she must have realized I was not bluffing. My sister-in-law and my brother accepted the compromise. I take the pseudonym and the royalties, with evidence of sold copies. I stipulated that my sister-in-law must put a message out to her followers on her blog that she stole from me and that not a single word in the book is hers. I thank the Redditors for suggesting that. She is clearly pissed off and disgusted with me for doing this to my own family. I threatened her with further legal proceedings if she doesn't do it. No lawsuit happened, but I'm glad I got a professional option just in case. As words got back to my parents about what I did and how dare I got a lawyer to punish my sister-in-law because her blog followers will surely lose trust in her and future revenue. I told them and my parents that if they have anything to say, use my business email. I'm done with them. They treated an outsider, my sister-in-law 1 month into dating my brother, better than they ever did me. I don't need that negativity dragging me down. I'm happier, more free with my opinions, and I don't have to feel the need to compete with everything my sister-in-law does just to get my parents to love me a little more than a daughter in name. I have my friends. They've always been more of a family unit to me than my biological ones. I knew I was going to lose something coming out of this, but I didn't expect I'd be okay with the disappointment and hurt. Thank you, everyone. And no, I will not be telling anyone what the name of the book is because I only came here to get a moral judgment and update everyone on what happened. Please don't think I'm using this for clout. The book will not be promoted on Reddit, not then, not now, and not in the future either. /relevant comments. Commenter. This is great news for you. This story makes me question so many things about humanity. What a terrible family you have. Wow. Op's response. Growing up with my parents' parenting, I thought a lot of favoritism towards my brother was normal because he's a male and an heir in a sense. No one told me it was unhealthy for me to feel inferior and placed in second place. Then I realized when my sister-in-law came into the scene that it wasn't just because my brother was a man, but because I didn't live up to their standards. Commenter 2. GG, but info, have her followers react. Op's response. I'm not sure yet. I told her she has a week to inform her followers, if she wants to get a PR team to write her apology. Editor's note. Op wrote in a small edit 1 month later that said, things did not go as planned. I can't give you an update now, but soon. Really sorry. But that happened in 2020, so it has been almost 5 years since then with no news from Op. It's unknown where things strayed, but I'm assuming the sister-in-law went back on her word about giving anything to Op, did not come clean to her followers about plagiarizing the book, or both, and Op has been stuck in a legal battle against her sister-in-law while her family essentially disowned her.